ice today on a game day?
I don't know if there was a lift this morning. There was a lift yesterday. I think with the sense that those two guys were coming back. We had a good practice yesterday. I think the focus this morning was just on getting ready for the game tonight.
What kind of lift do you expect to have tonight out of those guys?
There'll be energy. I think they're going to provide some energy for our group and for our team, but we got to be able to use that energy in the right way. And we got to be able to sustain it for 60 minutes.
Skating with Wenberg, who I think you want to play a more physical game, will that just sort of by its nature of having those two guys play their style of game help him also increase that part of his game?
Well, I don't want Alex to play like Boone or Matty Calvert. I want Alex to play like Alex. But the one thing you have to have in this game is you got to have, some intensity to it, some physicality, and it doesn't mean he's got to run in and play like those other two wingers. But when there's a chance to finish, a chance to go in first in the corner, that's what you have to do. And I think he took steps in the right direction in the last game.
Both these teams are desperate for points at this point. How do you expect that to impact the way the game's played?
Well, it's going to be desperation and urgency. At least there should be on both sides. And I think based on Carolina's last two games, 2 wins, I think they're a team that's probably coming in with more confidence in a sense that they can win games now. They figured out how to win games. And that's kind of what we're trying to do right now. When you're in a 5-game losing streak, you're trying to figure things out. But we got to have the same desperation and urgency that they have.
Todd Murray in tonight?
Ryan is not. Ryan had a minor setback. He's right now just day-to-day.
The knee again?
Lower body, yeah.
You get two back and you lose another one. When you've got to shuffle so much, do you have the maybe a little more confidence to try some new things? You had Wenberg on the point this morning. I mean, is this I know it's circumstance, but do you also feel a little more comfortable doing that, just given that you've got so many?
Well, it's trying to find ways that your team can have success. And, we get 2 back, but, one guy we also lost to. We lost Goluboff in New Jersey also. So you get 2 and you lose 2, and, a week or 10 days ago we had 8 defensemen, and now we're down to 5 and have to recall Freddie. So it's what we're going through right now. We just got to deal with it, and we need certain players to be better. We don't need them to do more. We just need them to be better. And if we get the collective group doing that, we'll be fine.
With all of the players that have come in and out of the lineup through injury and the calls and everything, how tough is it for you to get into a rhythm this early in the season going through all that?
It seems like just with the injuries and the call-ups, guys coming in, guys going out, call-ups, I think systematically in how we've set things up, Springfield does things the same way that we do. And so the transition is easier, but you're still trying to find chemistry. As you said, trying different things in power play. You're trying to figure out ways so when guys get out and they play, they can just come in and step in and play. But there's still that transition of figuring out what are tendencies of individual players. What are they going to do in different situations? So it's a challenge. It's a challenge for coaches. It's a challenge for players. But what we have to do is always find solutions to it, and that's what we're doing. And tonight we get a chance to find those solutions.
Despite the loss on Saturday against New Jersey, you like the way that they play. Obviously not the result that you wanted or the team wanted. Does that give you confidence going into tonight's game that these guys are starting to maybe turn it around?
Well, it proves to me that when we have a focus and get everybody on the same page and doing the right things, and there's that commitment, we put ourselves in positions where we can win games. And that's what we have to do tonight. We need, Freddie St. Denis is going to play. We need that commitment from him, and I'm sure we're going to get it. And the line combinations with Boone and Matty going in, we're going to need that. And I thought, for a good amount of these games, times during the games, we've had that. We've gone, the LA game, it's a 1-1 game with 4 minutes to go, and we go brain dead for about 2 minutes, and we give up 2 goals, and we score 1 right back, but we're 3-2 now going into the third. And those are the plays that we have to eliminate.
Todd, what has Wenberg shown you in 10 games that makes you think power play point is a place he can be successful?
He's smart. I think he reads the play, understands. A headsy player can see and anticipate. And I think there's that defensive responsibility that he has in playing the center position.
Todd, the focus is on the physical with guys coming back, but for a player like Boone and maybe lesser so Matt, what about their mental sharpness? What have you done or what have you seen the players do to stay sharp there?
Well, it's being part of our meetings, watching the game, having conversations with them. That's really it. They're part of all of our meetings, whether it's a post-game meeting where we come in the next day and we go over systems and we go over good things, bad things that happen in the game, the adjustments we want to make. But really the test is when you get out and you're playing live. So there's going to be an adjustment period here for both, probably more Boone than Matty, just because Boone hasn't played in a while. But that's something, again, as coaches, we're going to have to help, and teammates can help.
How much have you missed you talked about their energy that they're obviously going to give you. How much do you think you missed that? I mean, if you had that energy in previous games, would you be in this situation?
I don't know. I can't answer that. All I know is this is where we're at. You can only deal with what you have and what you had. You can't look back in hindsight. If we would have had this, if we would have had that, would the results be different? I don't know. I just know right now, coming in, having Boone and Matty in the lineup, I'm excited to have those two guys back.
They seem like pretty important pieces. I mean, like you could get guys, other players back, but they seem pretty important pieces to what you do, the way you guys play. Is that?
I think everyone that's out of the lineup is important. And it doesn't matter what role you have. Doesn't matter if you're playing 6-7 minutes or you're playing 14 minutes. Everyone's got a role. Everyone's got a responsibility on this team. And getting Boone and Matty back will be helpful to our team. But when you get Doobie back and you get Wiz back and you get Bob back, all those players are going to have impact when they return.